DJI Action 2 versus the Insta360... Hang on. Sorry, this is my AirPods. This is the Insta360 Go 2, and it is equally as small as the DJI Action 2. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this. Size of this. This is a camera. Now, full disclosure, Insta360 sent me this, and they sent me a whole load of other goodies for the Insta360 Go 2, which we'll get to in a bit. But I know what you guys are here for. You are here for this versus this. Now, both of these are cameras. The resolutions are not the same. This is far more greater resolution. This goes up to 4K. This is 1440p. Now, that said though, I've dropped the specs down on this to match this because there's a substantial difference between the price on these. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of what the video looks, time-lapse, that kind of stuff, and then we're going to get into the secret weapon that this tiny little camera has that this doesn't. DJI Action 2. I'm always going to call this thing the Osmo Pocket for some reason. DJI Action 2 sounds like this, and this is with the dual screen on, so we've got those extra mics. And this is the Insta360 Go 2. This is the onboard mic, the only mic that it has, and it's in its charging case right now. So that's what that sounds like. The pros and cons of these, right? So first off, again, just to be clear in case anybody freaks out, I bought this. Insta360 sent me this. Now, this is a couple of months old. This is kind of brand new on the market. Specs better, specs not as good. But this has got a secret weapon or two, and it's all to do with the actual software, and you can't really do it with this. The big thing is you can actually reframe your footage slightly with the Insta360 Go 2. This, you have to crop in and all that. This, though, does it in the software, which is really useful. So you can even change the angle of the shot, like wide, linear, and so on and so forth, which is a nice option to have. What camera really is for you? Now, here's the big question that a lot of you are not asking. You might go for this simply because it's new and shiny. You might go for this because it is cheaper. Now, both of these help you tell a story, that's it. This one will look slightly better in decent light versus this one, but not a huge difference. I'd hazard a guess most of you folks out here who are considering this, or maybe even this, want something you want to take to the pool, take to the beach, take out on a hike, maybe strap it onto a mountain bike. Did that rhyme? Hike, bike? For me, this does feel a little bit more durable. First off, you've got this case. Right, it's got legs here. Now, they're not the most durable legs, and you can kind of stand it like a tripod or whatever you want, like a mini tripod. You've got all the mounts that Insta360 have sent me, so you can get it onto a tripod or whatever you want and handhold a little bit more. But right out of the box, you're going good with this. While on the DJI Action 2, you're like, Now, that said, with the screen module, you can see yourself. With this, you have to link it to your phone. Otherwise, you're just kind of, hoping for the best. But with that reframe option, you do have a good shot at it because you don't want to be going into your phone every single time you want to reframe it. Now, also, the ergonomics of the whole thing. This just feels better in the hand because this is, if you're holding it like this, you do really need a mount, but this is ready to go as is, which is a good thing. And again, it's going to come down to the price point. But what are you using this camera for? Before you buy this, before you even think about it, what are you going to be shooting? One of these may suit you better than the other. Both of these are good quality cameras. Both of these have the magnetic thing, you strap it on. I don't think anyone is ever going to use that. It might be useful. The one thing I don't really like about the Insta360 Go 2 is the magnet is not as strong as the actual DJI Action 2. Now, whether you need to use rare earth magnets or what, I don't know. But that's the only kind of criticism I'd have of the magnetic stuff versus the DJI Action 2. So I think for most of you folks, the price point is going to be huge here, but it doesn't matter. So I have a camera right now that this has been shot on, just to give you guys an example. It's a $5,000 camera and then some. It's a Sony FX3. I shoot all my videos on it. But I have an absolute purpose-built need for that camera. Do you have the same for this? Do you have the same for this? I mean, there's a ton of accessories available right now for the Go 2. The Action 2 is only on the market a couple of weeks, so there's not a lot. So maybe you're an accessory hound who wants to try out all the different accessories for this. But again, those accessories are useless if you're actually not going to have a use for them. Both of these cameras come with a lot in the actual box, but again, do you need all of that stuff? Both of these plug into your computer. You can haul the footage off whatever way you want. Both of them link to your phone. But which one is going to be more suitable for the needs that you actually have? And you see, I can tell you this looks great, this looks great. Both of them do look pretty solid, especially if you're on Instagram or TikTok. Either of these cameras, especially even the cheaper one, what do you want to do it for? If you're just going to make shuffle dance videos on TikTok, maybe something like this is absolutely what you need. Is this overkill? So it all comes down to how much you're willing to spend, and there is a substantial difference between the two of these cameras. Now, speaking of cost, Insta360 have said to me that from the 24th of November to the 14th of December, there's going to be 10% off this. I have no clue if DJI are going to offer any kind of discount, but there's 10% off of this, and you get some extra goodies. Now, I've left a link in the description for both of these cameras. If you click either of those links, you are supporting me in the channel. See, this is the thing. I like talking about cameras. I like showing you guys how to use them. I like to go into editing techniques. But if you don't know what you're shooting, then it's really hard for you to figure out what you want. Yeah, this will do 4K 120. This will not. It will do 1440, 50p, or 60p. That's fine. You might, if you're like, what does that mean? Then maybe you don't need it. If you're like, I would never shoot slow motion, then you don't need either of those options in the camera. So again, get out a notebook, write down what you're planning on shooting, write down the next 6 months of what you're planning. You know, either of these will fit in a pocket. I think this straight out the gate, it's just got that little bit more extra protection in this charging case. This doesn't have a charging case, it's got a charging module, but either or, this might be an easier fit into your pocket because you're not running the risk of damaging the actual camera versus this. Now, for me, I prefer more resolution for some of the stuff that I shoot. That's why I would probably take this on the resolution over this. But then you think about the reframing option, and we're not talking just to crop in, we're talking tilting up or down. This is interesting. I gotta say, this is interesting. But again, it comes down to what you're planning on shooting. And before you start shooting anything, it comes down to the actual story that you're trying to tell. Even if it's a shuffle dance on TikTok, there is still a structure to the whole thing. So, interesting comparison. Big thanks to Insta360 for sending me this out. And you know what? This is as easy to fit into the pocket as AirPods or this. It's a really tough one to call, but that's not for me to decide. That's down to you. Now, if you want to start talking about story and editing and all that kind of stuff, this is the right place for you. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, don't stop fighting for yourself.